The Stuart Dynasty was one of the most significant royal houses in British history, ruling England, Scotland, and Ireland during a period marked by dramatic political upheavals, religious conflict, and the foundation of modern constitutional monarchy. Originating from Scotland, the Stuarts reigned from 1603 to 1714, except for a brief interruption during the English Commonwealth. Their rule shaped the evolution of British politics, religion, and the monarchy itself. Origins of the Stuart family. The Stuart family originally hailed from Scotland. Their ancestry traces back to Walter FitzAlan, a Norman noble who became the first High Steward of Scotland in the 12th century. The title Steward gradually evolved into Stuart. The dynasty formally began when Robert II of Scotland, the grandson of Robert the Bruce, ascended the Scottish throne in 1371, founding the Royal House of Stuart. Through generations, they ruled Scotland until the crowns of Scotland and England united under a single monarch. Union of the Crowns, James VI and I, 1603 to 1625. In 1603, James VI of Scotland became James I of England following the death of Queen Elizabeth I, uniting the two crowns under one ruler. This marked the beginning of the Stuart dynasty in England. James sought to promote the idea of a unified Britain, although full political union did not occur until a century later. He believed strongly in the divine right of kings, asserting that monarchs were answerable only to God. His reign saw the commissioning of the King James Bible, 1611, one of the most influential religious texts in English history. However, his attempts to manage religious tensions between Protestants and Catholics, as well as growing conflicts with Parliament over finances, sowed the seeds of future discord. Charles I and the English Civil War, 1625 to 1649. James's son, Charles I, inherited the throne in 1625. His reign was marked by increasing disputes with Parliament. Charles's firm belief in absolute monarchy and his imposition of unpopular taxes without parliamentary consent led to growing unrest. Religious policies also fueled division, particularly his perceived favoritism toward Catholic practices, which angered Puritans. In 1642, tensions erupted into the English Civil War, pitting the Royalist Cavaliers against the parliamentary Roundheads, led by Oliver Cromwell. The conflict ended with the defeat of the king's forces, and in 1649, Charles I was executed, an unprecedented event in English history. His death marked the temporary end of the monarchy. The Commonwealth and Interregnum, 1649 to 1660. After the execution of Charles I, England became a republic known as the Commonwealth, led by Oliver Cromwell as Lord Protector. The monarchy and the House of Lords were abolished. Although Cromwell promised reform and moral governance, his rule became increasingly authoritarian. Following his death in 1658, political instability grew, and the nation longed for the return of the monarchy. In 1660, the monarchy was restored under Charles II, the son of Charles I. The Restoration, Charles II, 1660 to 1685. The return of Charles II to the throne marked the restoration of the Stuart monarchy. His reign brought a more relaxed atmosphere after the rigid Puritan rule. Theatres reopened, culture flourished, and London experienced a social revival. However, challenges persisted: the Great Plague, 1665, and the Great Fire of London, 1666, devastated the capital. Politically, tensions between the monarchy and Parliament continued, especially regarding religion and the succession, as Charles had no legitimate heir. James II and the Glorious Revolution, 1685 to 1688. Charles II's brother, James II, succeeded him in 1685. James's open Catholicism and attempts to grant religious freedom to Catholics and dissenters alarmed the Protestant establishment. His efforts to build a standing army and appoint Catholics to high offices deepened fears of a return to Catholic absolutism. In 1688, Parliament invited William of Orange, James's Protestant son-in-law, and his wife Mary, James's daughter, to take the throne. James fled to France, and the Glorious Revolution established William III and Mary II as co-monarchs, marking the end of James's reign. William and Mary, 1689 to 1702. The Glorious Revolution transformed the English monarchy. In 1689, the Bill of Rights was enacted, limiting royal powers and asserting parliamentary supremacy. This marked the beginning of the constitutional monarchy, ensuring that future monarchs ruled in partnership with Parliament. William and Mary ruled jointly until Mary's death in 1694, after which William ruled alone until 1702. Queen Anne and the end of the Stuart line, 1702 to 1714. Following William III, Queen Anne, the younger daughter of James II, ascended the throne in 1702. Her reign witnessed the Act of Union, 1707, which united England and Scotland into the single nation of Great Britain. Anne presided over a period of growing political party development, with the rise of the Whigs and Tories. Despite numerous pregnancies, Anne had no surviving heirs, leading to a succession crisis. In 1714, upon her death, the crown passed to the House of Hanover, ending the Stuart Dynasty. Legacy of the Stuart Dynasty. The Stuarts' rule transformed Britain in lasting ways. They oversaw the emergence of constitutional monarchy. Their era witnessed major religious and political reforms. The foundation for modern Britain unified under one crown and governed by law was laid. Despite their turbulent reigns, the Stuarts played a vital role in shaping the nation's political and cultural identity. Conclusion. The Stuart dynasty remains one of the most fascinating and pivotal periods in British history. It was a time of revolution, reformation, and transformation, leading Britain from absolute monarchy toward parliamentary democracy. From the union of the crowns under James I to the Act of Union under Queen Anne, the Stuarts' legacy continues to influence the British constitutional and cultural landscape to this day.